Hello, my name is Loretta. I have 2 storybooks on Amazon KDP, and I made a video on how I got from idea to finished book. This is a video about step 1 of my process. Step 1 of my process is when I've got ideas and I want to write stories, I first write them on a notepad. I first write my books on a notepad. That is step 1. So I pick a location to do my writing, whether it be my garden, a cafe, or by the River Thames, as in these photos. And then I sit down at a picnic table or just a table, and then I lay out all the stuff that I need to do my writing. Basic items for writing your story will be pen and paper. You can use plain paper, but I just use a cheap notepad, the tea or coffee, but I prefer tea, and the chocolate, that's optional. And I pick a table, I pick a location, and then I sit and I write my stories, rough and in my notepad, before moving on to step 2. The reason I use a cheap notepad is so that I can write rough if I want to. If I use an expensive notepad, I feel like I've got to use my best handwriting. Now, I'm the only one who's going to be reading this notepad, so as long as I can read it, it's fine. You don't have to do this step. You can move straight on to step 2, which is typing it up. That is perfectly fine. If you don't want to do step 1, you just want your ideas, type them straight onto the computer, absolutely fine. I just like to be in a nice location, cup of tea, notepad, writing up my stories or ideas, and then I can move on to step 2. I've also got a huge thing about notepads. I love a good notepad. But as I say, if I use a more expensive notepad or a pretty notepad, I feel like, oh no, I've got to do good writing, Just a cheap notepad from a discount shop, from Home Bargains, from wherever, and then you can just write your stories, get your ideas out there, and then move on to step 2. Thank you for watching my videos. More videos about my own books and the steps I took to make them will be coming soon. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Goodbye now.